that the people may live.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
It's sport utility season at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda. Shop the area's best selection of pre-owned Honda and Honda certified pre-owned sport utilities. Save big with 0.99% APR on select certified pre-owned, 0.99. Plus, we have over 175 used SUVs available from Jeep, Honda, Ford, Nissan, Subaru, Chevy, GMC, and more. Your sport utility is here, and the time to buy is now, before the snow flies. See us at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show with big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. and stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Welcome to GoRaidersLive.com and today's quarterfinal round South Dakota High School Activities Association Class AA Girls Soccer Contest featuring the visiting number 8 Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles and the host, number 1 Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Brought to you subscription free on GoRaidersLive.com, liveticket.tv. You can also follow us on YouTube, Stevens Raiders. Coming into this contest, the Golden Eagles come in 9-4-2, coming off a 2024 campaign where they were 6-8-3, where they lost to this Stevens Raiders team 0-1 in a semifinal. The Aberdeen Golden Eagles wins have been over Sioux Falls Jefferson, Rapid City Central, Huron, Brandon Valley, T, Watertown, Yankton, Mitchell, and just last Tuesday against Spearfish. Ties were against Sioux Falls, Roosevelt, and Brookings, and they have losses to Pierre, Harrisburg, Rapid City Stevens earlier in the year, and Sioux Falls Lincoln. The Eagles, Golden Eagles, are assisted by Kendra Hanley and Alex Belfi, and head coach since 2006, his 20th season with 2 titles, Merle Askey, also a longtime wrestling coach at Aberdeen Central. The Raiders, the number 1 seed, come into this game 14-0-1. Again, the 2024 campaign of 15-1-0, their only loss coming to Harrisburg in the final. So the Raiders come back in this season as the returning runners-up. Their wins are over Yankton. That's O'Gorman, Mitchell, Huron, Pierre, Aberdeen Central, Sturgis, Sioux Falls Christian, Dakota Valley, Rapid City Central twice, St. Thomas More, Douglas, New Underwood, Spearfish, and on Tuesday, 7-2 against Sioux Falls Jefferson. Their tie, this is where Yankton comes in, their tie is against Yankton, 2-2. That was the first weekend of the season, I believe their opening game for the Raiders. The Raiders are assisted by Alicia English, and the head coach is Luis Ucera, and he's been the Raiders head girls coach since the Rapid City Area School District sanctioned and adopted and sponsored soccer. And under his leadership, the Raiders have 3 AA runners-up looking, again, to continue on to their quest to make another final. And as a reminder, soccer fans, the South Dakota High School Activities Association soccer championships will be held right here at Sioux Park Stadium in Rapid City, South Dakota on October 18th. We will turn it over to the public address announcer, Doug Solly, and honor our flag.
Remove your hat or cap and stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans and active duty military not in uniform may also salute the flag. Please join us in singing our national anthem.
We have a nice October fall day here in Rapid City. Temperatures are supposed to hover in the 70s. There is going to be some cloud cover on and off and some wind. As you can see, some of the flags in your screen, especially on the far side, it seems like we have a wind blowing east to west, but that will certainly shift here in the area. We're surrounded by a beautiful backdrop again here at Sioux Park Stadium. You can see some of the trees have the color change going on, and as ever, on the top of Dinosaur Hill in Dinosaur Park, we have our number one Sioux Park soccer fan, the Dinosaur, watching over this one as they do all the games here. So beautiful setting, and both teams will hope that this weather holds out for the length of this game as we get set to go here. Starting for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, a sophomore midfielder, number 1, Kiana Stillman. Added a defender, a junior, number 2, Megan Brakefield. At midfield, senior, number 3, Addison Selfrink. At midfield, a freshman, starting at defense, a junior, number 7, Cadence Goethals. A junior defensive starter, number 8, Paige Ewald. Senior midfielder starting, number 11, Kaylee Donut. At forward, a senior, number 12, Lucy Fritz for the Golden Eagles. Another senior midfielder, number 13, Kaylee Kiesau. A senior defender, number 22, Addison Keller. A junior forward, number 31, Brianna Fisher. And the goalkeeper today is a junior, number 00, Ava Beck. For the Raiders. Starting will be number 2, senior defense and a forward, Holly Benson. A sophomore defender, number 4, Meredith Lehman. A senior midfielder and a captain, Avery Dorman, number 7. A junior forward and a captain, number 11, Ava Holsworth. A sophomore midfielder forward, number 12, Vienna Reagan. A sophomore forward defender, number 13, Braden Baird. A senior defender midfielder, number 24, Lily Schad. At defense and midfield, a freshman, number 27, Kennedy Sturkle. And midfield, an 8th grader, number 28, Amora Reagan. And defense, freshman, number 36, Greta Sundahl, Greta. And your keeper for the Raiders, senior goalkeeper wearing 00 today, and a captain, Nora Tucker. Both teams will get set in their team huddles prior to the game, do their little team cheer. Today's game, will be officiated by the center referee, Keith Smith, with assistant referees Rob Lehman and Paul Stevens. Your 4th official, standing between the technical areas on the far sideline, is George Lee. Looks like we're set to go, and the Raiders, wearing blue, will start out going right to left on your screen. The Golden Eagles will be in white jerseys with blue shorts, and they obviously will be going then left to right on your screen. As you can see, the flags are pretty neutral as far as wind. Now it seems to be blowing a little bit to the north, so that may or may not be a factor. Back to Dorman. Dorman plays it up quickly off the set. Aberdeen takes momentary possession. Benson gets a touch. Dorman tries to go back out wide, too strong, out of bounds. Off of the Golden Eagles, though, Lehman will set for the throw. Lehman puts one deep and out of bounds. Goal kick. for the Golden Eagles, and taking that will be number 22, Addison Keller, senior. That one's put back in by the Raiders off of Keller. Good job by her to get it off her body and not her hand. More Reagan will chest that down, and she's dispossessed. Looks by number 13 for the Eagles there. Kiesau did a good job of applying pressure. Now number 12, Lucy Fritz with the throw. Quick one into number 1, Kiana Stillman. And that'll go over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Nora Tucker and the Raiders. Schad will play it up the right side. Comes up high. But that Dorman's on the end of that one. Halsworth is there as well. Halsworth got the end of that one. One more touch, and it could have been dangerous. And now that ball's given up to Reagan. Vienna Reagan will go to, or excuse me, Amora Reagan to Vienna Reagan. Vienna Reagan will find Baird. Baird gets a little touch, tried to go into Halsworth, but knocked away by the Aberdeen defender. That looks like number 8. And here's a ball played over the top, but beat the Raider back line, but Tucker came off her line. Playing that ball out of the back was Paige Ewalt, a junior defender for the Golden Eagles. This ball played wide by Stillman, but to not be offsides, Fritz was not on the move, and that one goes out of bounds. Goal kick for the Raiders. So as both teams try to find their rhythm, kind of get a tempo and a pace for this game, the pressure applied by Aberdeen has, in this first 2.5 minutes, has made an impact, and we'll see how the Raiders adjust here. That one's out of bounds. Raiders now, as they turn into the Golden Eagle half, will try to apply that same pressure. Reagan takes a couple looks, nice back ball to Lehman. It's poked away. Sturkel is there to play it, and we're going to get a foul on number 12, Lucy Fritz, and called right away on the side by the near assistant referee, Paul Stevens. Lehman will reset. She'll go up. Tried to go to Dorman, but it goes right to the Golden Eagles, and Dorman will find it. She'll try to outmaneuver Golden Eagle number 1, but Stillman was right there. And now a battle on the outside with Sundahl and number 3 for the Golden Eagles, Selfrank. Good battle over there. Schad comes over and just gets it high. Relieve the pressure from the Raiders. Little miscommunication there. Dorman comes back to it, plays it back to Sturkel. Sturkel with a hard touch, gives the ball away. Schad is there, but Lehman blocks it. Lehman clears it. So as both teams kind of get in a rhythm here, mistakes could be heavy, and come back. The Raiders shot. Goal! Goal off of the counter. And that is Ava Holsworth with the left foot. So in the 4th minute, and I believe happened so quick on the transition, I'm not sure who got the assist, but we'll try to track that down. And this ball played back to Beck. Beck came out and just tried to cut the angle, but still stay close enough to her line to have a chance to defend. But the clinical finish again by junior number 11, the top goal scorer for the Raiders. Just too accurate, too quality of a finish in your quarterfinal, Class AA girls. Raiders 1, Golden Eagles 0. And we're early on this one, a lot of game to go. But I'm sure Coach Usera and Coach English just like that start to maybe just settle down and get the team excited at the same time. It's a weird it's a weird dogma in sports where that goal can get you excited, but it also can just calm the nerves a little bit, create the confidence. So this one tried to play in up to Holsworth again by Reagan, and it's well defended by the Golden Eagles. A lot of change of possession in the middle. Schad gets it up, just trying to get it to Baird and to Holsworth and Benson to give them a chance to make runs on balls. Benson and Holsworth, both members of the Raider track team. Sturkle now showing some track speed to cut off the Aberdeen player. It's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say goal kick. Great work there by the freshman. Sturkle had a good angle on it and then turned on the jets just enough to shield that ball and then have the wherewithal not to let the touch from the Golden Eagle hit her as the ball went out of bounds, and a through ball that Golden Eagles were hoping to pay off as being dangerous and maybe a chance, turned away by the freshman defender, number 27, Kennedy Sturkle. Sundahl comes up. She goes down. Looked like a good hard challenge there. Looks like it's just going to be a throw-in. She comes up. Sundahl comes up with a little bit of a limp. Might have got her boot stepped on or toe or shin. And, yeah, she's going to go down because she just came up limping a little bit. Hopefully it's not an ankle and it's just kind of a hard stepping on and contusion. And so Turek, number 31, the sophomore, Naya Turek, will replace Sundahl. Sundahl will go to the medical staff and get treated. Aberdeen with space here. As Stillman will give up the ball. Tries to go wide. Turek is there, and Sturkle will just send it out. And Schad will work her way back and take that place. Holsworth gets on the end of it. Holsworth passes it across. Nobody there. Benson came on late. Reagan pushes it, tried to get it in the middle to Dorman. Sturkle comes up to play it. Let's see if she can get it down to Lehman. She does. Lehman tries to push it up to Benson. A lot of congestion there. Two Aberdeen Golden Eagles. Number 12 and number 7 doing a nice job of combination defending there. That was Cadence Goethals, the junior defender, number 7, and the senior forward who came back to support, number 12, Lucy Fritz. This ball's over the top. Looked like Baird tried to get a touch on it. It's either going to go out of bounds or be handball. Yeah, it was a handball on Baird there. Ball came off of her and hit her in the forearm. Good call. And that one will go out of bounds off of Aberdeen. Throw into Lehman. Lehman's got a strong throw. Let's see if she goes deep here. Tries to find Baird. She sees Dorman now over the top. She's going to go for that. It does get over the Aberdeen player. Dorman does a nice job of keeping the ball in and defending her body. She's double teamed and tries to come out of it, but she's dispossessed by the Golden Eagles. Number 11 sends a ball in. A little bit of trouble here. Tucker comes out, does nicely to get on the ball. Great effort and pursuit by Selfrank. That ball sent in by number 11, senior midfielder Kaylee Donut, a captain for the Golden Eagles. Dangerous ball. Turek played it as well as she could, and then got to believe the communication with her and Tucker were there. Aberdeen getting some combination passes here, and then broken up by the Raiders. Raiders would like to triangulate some passes and then get through ball and try to really take advantage of their speed. As we were saying, or beginning to say, both Benson and Hulls were sprinters on the Stevens track team. Holsworth part of the 4x1 state record team and also the Class AA long jump champion. So a lot of athleticism, and speed there. As now there's 9 minutes gone. Raiders 1, Golden Eagles 0, and since the goal, it's kind of been a stalemate in terms of possession here. And Benson will work the ball up the sideline now. Nice cutback pass, just a little long for Baird. Sent back in by Aberdeen. They're going to try to go to direct and put pressure on the back line. Great job there by Lily Schad. She'll come out with it, but it's dispossessed there by Stillman. Stillman has her heads up and ahead of steam, but there's a Aberdeen player down. No stoppage as of yet, and now we're going to get a stoppage. I didn't see what happened. It looked like two players got tangled. Nothing was called. No stoppage of play during the incident, and that's senior midfielder Kaylee Donut. She's going to get up off of her own power and walk off. And coming in is sophomore forward, number 28, Espen Kufeld. Shout out to Stephen Sports Network. Stephen students do an excellent job. And here's a chance for Aberdeen. See if they get a line on the ball. They do, but it's right at Tucker. Good through ball put in to one of the captains wearing the armband, number 13, Kiesau. And here's another shot, but it's high and wide. So Aberdeen, since the goal, appears to be keeping maybe not the ball in the half, but having a few more attacking chances than the Raiders. The Raiders try to go long in the middle. It's clogged up. Tucker's going to come off her line. And giving chase again was number 3, Selfrank. And Tucker comes off her line confidently and handles that one well. Raiders try to keep this ball in bounds. They do, no support, but they'll come back, and there's Dorman. Dorman head up. She'll go low. Good job there of getting some passes going, getting some possession established. There's 4 passes in a row for the Raiders. And on the 5th, giveaway possession, but that's what the Raiders build up the best, is when they combination pass and then create angles. And once they get those openings for longer runs, that can be very advantageous for them and dangerous for opposing players, just like it would be for if it flipped. Any defense gets pressure by being stretched and angles created. So just a concept of the game, and the Raiders, when they can do that, really can capitalize on that speed and athleticism advantage. Good throw in. Ball's down. Reagan gives a little pressure, and that forces that ball to go all the way back to Shad. Shad plays it middle back to Amora Reagan. Amora Reagan puts it outside. Turek tries to go up the line, and it's knocked out of bounds by Aberdeen backline defender. That looks like number 2. It is. And that is junior defender Megan Brakefield. And that one's going to be out of bounds. Good little run on the outside there. And I believe that is Stillman. Good job there by Schad, but she's poked, but there's enough support there. Covered around by 2 other Raiders. This gets pushed up. Benson has some space. Recovering nicely there is Donut, who found another gear and knew that was not a good idea to give space. And here's a little ball. Holsworth gives track. She heads it. There's contact, and that's going to be a stoppage, and it's a foul on the Raiders. Let's see. She just went up for the ball. It didn't look like it was malicious, but the ball was high, and Holsworth went to play it because it was free. The goalie did make an intention to play it cleanly, as is Holsworth, and unfortunately they ran into each other, and I can't quite tell what Ava Beck, if she's holding on to her arm. At any rate, I think the collision was there. No call by the center. And that was the first attack that the Raiders have had in a minute. And now there's some substitutions here for Aberdeen Central. Emma Yoakum will come in.
And number 30, Lily Nelson.
Nelson comes in. Can you repeat the number you have for Shoneman? I have 14. Yeah, okay. Okay. And number 14, Ava Shoneman, working with public address announcer Doug Salee, one of the best in the business, making sure that my information is correct. You're right. She's got 2 numbers. Kenley Stuckey has 15 and 0, so she's a backup keeper. I want to finish my thought before the Aberdeen had the chance that Tucker came out and grabbed. Shout out to the Steven Sports Network, Steven students who are helping us bring you these live stream productions. So we appreciate you not only allowing this to be a platform for you to follow Raider athletics, but also a classroom for these students to learn a little bit about craft and a production and in the digital age here. So another good job by Sturkle. Way more confident than she was last week on those plays against Sioux Falls Jefferson. A couple of those plays she had just didn't seem confident about shielding or the timing, but these 2 today, she's been determined to hold her ground and has done a nice job for the Raider backline. 16 gone, Raiders 1, Golden Eagles 0. Girls Class AA quarterfinal. Nice ball out, switching fields out to Benson. Benson tries to go back middle, but Baird was marked well. Reagan comes up on the ball nicely, gets it to more Reagan. Play on, says the referee. Lehman plays the ball up, but no one there to support it and run after that ball. Reagan took a little bump there, stayed on her feet, and so the center official, Keith Smith, said play on. Play the advantage. Nice little touch back by Dorman. Now they have to go all the way back. Schad with a nice little move with just use the momentum of the Aberdeen player against her there. Nice job. That's just a play by an experienced player back there in Lily Schad. There's a takeaway. Turek has to get up and recover. Sturkle is there. To Vienna Reagan. Vienna Reagan now goes out to Dorman. Dorman with space and time. Little cutback dribble. Tries to flick on. Deflected, but stays on the ball. Now she puts the ball wide for Benson. Benson doesn't even start the motor because it was a little long and narrow. A little bit wider, a little bit more height. But Dorman was pressured, so she tried to play the ball up to Benson there. Goal kick for the Golden Eagles, and I believe that's number 22, Keller. That'll drive that out again. She's been a very reliable defender in the back for the Golden Eagles. Not a handball. It looked odd as the player for Aberdeen came out and hit it with their body, but their shoulder turned, so you almost looked like a handball. Ball high and up. See if the Raiders, they'll let that one go, and Lehman will take the throw. Golden Eagles, knowing the Raiders' strength, really pressing down. A lot of defensive compression with 7, 8 players whenever the Raiders try to move it forward, especially right now. Anything on the right side is really compressed. Good job by Baird. She'll send a ball in. Knocked away nicely. She was looking for Halsworth in the box. And now another Aberdeen player's down, and I think that's the player that came out and maybe just got the wind knocked out of her. She's the one who blocked that ball, and we're going to have a stoppage here. And I believe that's number 2, but I can't quite see. Yep, that's number 2 who's had a nice game back there. Junior defender Megan Brakefield. And I think that's just a case purely of got the wind knocked out of her, being brave and courageous for her team and putting away that cross from Baird trying to get to Halsworth. Raiders kick it off of the Golden Eagles. No, not a corner. So another throw. So neither team has had a corner in this game. High and out of bounds. Lehman, see if she goes long. She does. She tries to get in the box, blocked out by the Golden Eagles. She gets a touch on over. Holsworth is there. There's two Golden Eagles, now three, marking her, or around her, I shouldn't say marking. Sturkle tries to head it, gets over her head, and let's see if the Golden Eagles can run on. Lehman is recovering, number 6 for the Golden Eagles, and it's going to be off her and out of bounds. Great job by Lehman. Yoakum was on the run after Sturkle misjudged the header, and great recovery and a great angle taken by number 4, sophomore defender Meredith Lehman, and then just did an even better job of playing the ball with the sideline as her friend in that case. That one gets by Lehman. Tucker, knowing that it would be a corner, uses great judgment, comes out and picks it right before it gets to the line. The whole ball has to be over, but Tucker wasn't taking a chance there. It was a good ball to Baird. She gets a touch on it. Unfortunately, it's a little too hard, and it goes back to the Golden Eagles. Lehman, battling there. A lot of pinball action now in the middle of the field where neither team wants to let the other team create. So as soon as the ball's getting in the middle, there's a lot of congestion and no one can hold possession. Fisher comes back in for Aberdeen. Berkeley Larson, freshman, number 32, will check in for the Raiders. This throw in up the line and knocked out of bounds by the Golden Eagles. 21 gone in this first half. Raiders 1, Golden Eagles 0. Neither team has a corner. Both teams have had shots on goal. The Raiders netted theirs goal in the 4th minute with the right foot of Ava Holsworth with a quality finish. Low hard in the opposite corner. There's Baird now, comes up. Too hard of a touch. Oh, what a beautiful combination pass there. Vienna Reagan gave a nice ball to Braden Baird, the sophomore, and her first touch on it was just too hard, and it gave an alert, and ready junior keeper Ava Beck the opportunity to come out and come off her line and snag that ball and negate any threat. And now we have a dangerous set piece here for the Golden Eagles. Foul called, and over the ball is going to be number 8, Paige Ewalt. And some teams here like to kind of play that field goal lob shot. This one's going to go direct in, and the Golden Eagles was there, and nobody touches it. It goes out of bounds. Wow, running on for the Golden Eagles and just couldn't get the end of it, I believe, was number 31. That looks like Brianna Fisher. And her not touching it even fooled Tucker a little bit because she put an arm out and watched the ball go by out of bounds. And a good break there for the Raiders. Good little run off the dribble there by, looks like number 22 for the Golden Eagles, the defensive player. Addison Keller had a nice little dribbling run before she retreats and then gets back to her back line. So a new little wrinkle there for the Golden Eagles. She was up for the set piece, but stayed up and dribbled through a few Raiders there before the ball was given up. Schad there. Good little move to the outside. Another hard touch. Aberdeen will come up on it. Schad stays on it, though. Good persistence by Schad. Baird tries to get a little through ball. It deflects, and so it goes away from the momentum of Holsworth. Reagan challenges the Golden Eagle on the far side, and we'll get a throw and some substitutions. So Coach Merlaski really using substitutes, really trying to keep fresh legs so they can continue not only to pressure the Raiders, but be able to run with the Raiders and try to neutralize the speed of the Raider front line. Good run back there, and finally just Amora Reagan has to knock it out of bounds as she was being pressured and challenged by number 31, junior Brianna Fisher, who's was in earlier, and then this time she substituted in, has really been determined to create for the Eagles, and her pressure and speed has put some challenge on the Raiders. This throw now will have more Raiders move to cover. At first they were all in the box. Header out by Reagan. Nice job by Holsworth to come back. She'll get a foot on it. Good defense there by Golden Eagle. I think that's number 3, who knew she had to just get the ball away from Holsworth and not give her space to run, and that was Addison Selfrank, senior midfielder. Turek pushes this one up long. There's no Raiders there. Beck will come out off her line and play that easily. 25 minutes gone in this one. Raiders 1, Golden Eagles 0. Beck drives a nice long punt down. Fisher moves it along, but Turek is there. She takes a bump as she kicks the ball. No call. Baird now with the ball at her feet. She has a little ball through. It's going to be to Holsworth. Holsworth and the goalie collide. No call. And it's going to go, no, it's not going to go bounce. It's going to stay inbounds. So another ball where Beck was brave and had courage and came out and collided, did just enough to keep Holsworth off the ball to finish. But Holsworth, credit her for, not stopping and not giving up on that chance. Ball goes in. Oh, across the goal face. No Raiders on the far post. That was a good service, though. Good ball in by the freshman, number 32, Berkeley Larson. Just no support from the Raiders on the back post. And it'll go throw in for the Golden Eagles. Substitute now for the Golden Eagles. That's going to be Stillman comes in, and I believe there might have been one more. But again, Coach Askey using a lot of substitutions here. That's part of his strategy to be able to run with the Raiders. That shot blocked. Reagan had a good look at it. She's dangerous in there. And that shot and we're going to get a call against Aberdeen. There was, kind of a little jumble in there. And Keith Smith will say free kick Golden Eagles, and they're going to go down the side here with Fisher again, but that's too hard, too long, too much weight on that. Goes out of bounds. Richie comes in. For the Raiders. Aberdeen throw here. Raiders. Holsworth to the bump. She'll stand the ball. Drops one. Turns. Is there. Splits defenders. Holsworth. See if she can get a shot off. She turns. Shot wide. A lot of work had to be done there by Holsworth before she could square up. Showed her not only her speed, but her ability to handle the ball there. Her touches on the ball were right on to split defenders and evade defenders. And as much as that attack is going to, here's a shot. Dorman drives it low but blocked. Reagan stays on it. She goes down in the box, and it's going to be a no call. But as much as runs like that by Ava Holsworth will wear out a defense, got to take something out of Holsworth too, although all these players at this time of the season, both teams, if they're not trying to deal with any injuries, maybe just owies, they're all in very good shape. So they'll recover and be able to go right back no matter what jersey they're wearing today. They're ready to go. So far, good soccer action by these two quality AA teams. Aberdeen Central, as we said before, they are just as much used to being in the playoffs and the playoff picture as the Raiders. And over Coach Askey's 20 years at Aberdeen Central, he's done a really nice job of always seeming to have his Golden Eagle team ready. There's a nice little poke and a touch ball through. Fisher takes a little time to get around. A shot and wide. Tucker watched it. It was good on line, just a little bit wide to the far side of your screen. Tucker's right. A good touch by Fisher. Just didn't quite have the bend that was needed on there. So the junior, Brianna Fisher for the Golden Eagles, has really come on, and her effort, even right there in that ball, challenging shot out of the back, has just created more chances here as Aberdeen wins a throw-in now. So great hustle and great effort by that student athlete, number 31, Brianna Fisher. Good battle there. Holsworth looks, tries to go back to the middle. Taken away. Turek poked away, but it'll be throw-in for the Raiders. Holsworth, poked away. Looked like she might have that little outside-inside move that she likes to cross over with. There's a throw-in. Gets by Dorman. Keeps floating through there. Eventually knocked out by the Golden Eagles. Reagan keeps it in. Amora to Vienna. Vienna now looks up. She cuts the ball. Cuts right back to her. Tried to go back through to Dorman. A good job there of the Raiders trying to get a build-up. And then here come the Golden Eagles with the counter again. And, a good challenge there. And out of bounds. Turek did well to win that ball. Boy, give her a lot of credit. No, they're going to say throw in Aberdeen, but Turek coming out of the back. Good challenge there. And that will go out of bounds. Good throw in there. And another one. This one will go to Dorman. No, it's dispossessed. Again, the pressure by the Golden Eagles. That might be one of the messages at halftime by Coach Husser in English. We can't stay stationary and wait for the ball and then try to play it well at our feet. We have to go to it and play it well at our feet, as the Golden Eagles are just kind of timing those and coming in and poking away and just not allowing the Raiders to find that rhythm, find that possession. So that tactic has been effective here, especially since the 4th minute when the Raiders scored. Since then, it's both teams have had a few chances, but neither one really dominating the other one here, and that's going to be a goal kick. Good hustle there by number 28, Espen Kufeld. Sturkel plays it wide. pokes it over to Lehman. That one's pushed back in. Tucker comes out. She comes out late. Reagan has to knock the ball out for the game's first corner. Almost an own goal. As again, the pressure on every pass by the Golden Eagles must have been something they studied, watched, and has been a mantra because it's really apparent here. And now number 3 with the left foot, it looks like Addison Selfrank will be over the ball. This will swing in. Players there, not the feet. Lehman comes out of there and just says, let's regroup here. Everybody breathe and let's get organized. And the first corner goes to the Golden Eagles, and the Raiders clear it. Oh, no, we're going to have a call here. I don't know what quite's going on, but it must have been. I didn't see the flag go up, but I didn't watch for it either. A little push in the middle and the inside there as the ball was coming in, and so that was called. And again, I didn't see the flag come up as I was ball watching. I'll admit it. Lehman goes the outside, and another call. That time, Amora Reagan gets taken down, and she'll do a quick restart to Vienna. Vienna now with a little touch to Dorman. Dorman touches right back to Reagan. Reagan tries to go to Holsworth. Holsworth is there. Holsworth, 2, 3 defenders on her. She'll go outside to Dorman. Dorman right back. A little chip over. Good combination passing, and now this one's going to go towards the goal. Again, I think Dorman wanted to go a little bit wider on that one to Larson, but too narrow, and goes in the hand of Beck, who will drive it back down the field. A little touch there by Ritchie. Sturkle, good recovery. But the ball goes right back to Donut. Donut. See if Stillman takes a shot. She had space. No, she plays it in. This ball gets away, but good support defending there by the senior Lily Schott, and good combination defending. Tucker cut the angle and then just gets this ball out of bounds. And again, the Golden Eagles come up and poke a ball away. Raider throw, but it's in their half. And the liberal subbing by Coach Murlaski seems to be paying off here towards the end of the half, as Aberdeen just seems to have a little bit more energy to fulfill, must have been one of their goals and duties of just pressure the ball. Don't let them create. And it seems messy, but it's been effective. And there, a little back header. Don't know if it's intentional, but it goes right to Tucker, and a good clearance by her to try to get it up to Ritchie. Ritchie now. Ritchie knocked off the ball, stays on. She plays it over to Reagan. Reagan, a little ball up to Larson. Larson plays one up, and then cleared by the Golden Eagles. Don't quite know who Larson was going to, and now let's see if this player has enough to run. Nope, she can't get there. Another little poke check, and it found, or tried to find, number 28 sophomore Espen Kufeld, but it goes out of bounds. Goal kick. Quick start Raiders. 2:40 to go in this one. Aberdeen will play it wide. Push this one all the way in, and it's going to go out of bounds. We'll have a throw-in for the Raiders, and that's Meredith Lehman, the sophomore, who stand over the ball. 2:20 to go in this one. Raiders 1, Golden Eagles 0. Girls Class AA quarterfinal. That one tried to put in by Kufeld off of Lehman. So more pressure, a long throw. Let's see if there's a shot. There is. It's high, but it's going to go wide and out of bounds. And coming up from the back was number 4 for the Golden Eagles, Jaxie Lazensky, who tried to throw in that lob, which a lot of teams will do with a goalkeeper that isn't the tallest. They'll kind of throw in lob shots to try to beat keepers over the head and outstretched hands. More pressure by the Golden Eagles. And this time a nice job by the Raiders to get it up But again, just possessed and shot, and Tucker is there. Had a little bend on it. Took her a second to get the bead, but once she did, she handled that calmly. 1:25 to go in the first half. Good job there by Larson to challenge the ball. Dorman is there, and Turek will get it over to Reagan. See if the Raiders can get something here at the end, as Turek now moves up from her line. Gets it over to Dorman. Dorman with a nice little move to the left. She's got space down the left side. She'll take it. She's good with her left foot. See if she can get a cross in. She's going to. She's going to measure it up. Maybe take a shot. It is, but it's right at the keeper for Dorman. The senior captain, number 7, got the Aberdeen Golden Eagle player to overcommit to the end line and turn it back. Had a shot with the right foot, but the angle led it right to the keeper. And with 35 seconds to go in this one, Raiders 1, Eagles 0, here on GoRaidersLive.com. Had to say hello and give a hug to everybody's favorite Raider, Miss Cynthia Bennett. So great to say hello to Cindy and see her. And Cindy, we hope everything's going well. And thank you for all you did for Stevens High School activities. And that's the end of the half at this one. Yeah, Cindy's the mom of Stevens. At the half, Golden Eagles 0, your Rapid City Stevens Raiders 1. First half scoring in the 4th minute. Ava Halsworth off of a long high pass from Meredith Lehman. Got the ball at her feet, did the work on the right side. Eventually came up with the shot off of her right foot. Clinical finish, quality finish. 1-0 Raiders. Since then, it's been a stalemate, and, you know, I don't tally possession time or field halftime, but especially from about the 25-minute mark to the 40-minute mark, it just seemed like the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles were putting a lot of pressure on to keep the ball in the Raider half, which, you know, teams doesn't take much to figure out that if it's in your half and quality finishers like Holsworth, Benson, Dorman, Reagan, you know, Baird, Ritchie, if they're there, that's a problem. So they're trying to neutralize that problem by putting pressure on the Raiders. And so far that tactic has been effective for 20-year head girls coach Merle Askey of the Golden Eagles. Coach Usera and Coach English will visit with the Raiders to try to get them ready to go and come out to finish this one in the second half. We'll be back for the start of the second half after words from our generous sponsors, bringing you Raiders Athletic subscription free.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Old Man Winter is right around the corner. Is it time to upgrade your ride? We've got a great selection of used 4x4 trucks and sport utilities at Danny Emanuel Toyota. Snow-busting 4x4s and all-wheel drives, domestics and imports, plus the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned. Get financing as low as 4.99% APR for up to 60 months on certified pre-owned, including RAV4s. Tell Old Man Winter to take a hike. See us at Danny Menholt Toyota or DannyMenholtToyota.com.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our two locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Zee Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Zee Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Melissa Christensen with Engel & Volkers is a trusted real estate advisor in the Black Hills. She brings precision, dedication, and clear communication to every transaction. Melissa focuses on service, not sales, always putting her clients first. She's also passionate about supporting local youth activities, helping to strengthen communities and build a brighter future for our kids. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Melissa is here to guide you every step of the way. Stop in or call Melissa Christensen with Engel & Volkers today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, Our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to GoRaidersLive.com, LiveTicket.tv. You're following Raider Athletics, subscription free. And back here, let's look at some other playoff here. Obviously today on the girls' side in the quarterfinals, it's Stevens against Aberdeen. Also a number 4 and number 5 over in Sioux Falls. O'Gorman will play host to Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Also out east, number 2 Harrisburg will face number 7 Yankton. Yankton in the first game of the season tied the Raiders 2-2. Harrisburg the defending champion. And on the bottom half of that side of the bracket, number 3 Pierre will face off against number 11 Watertown. And on the boys' side today, you'll have number 1 Sioux Falls Lincoln facing number 8 O'Gorman. Number 13 Brandon Valley will face off against number 12 Watertown. Sioux Falls Jefferson, number 2, will host number 7 Sturgis. And number 3 rated Aberdeen Central will play Sioux Falls Christian. And we will try to get some scores on that. Obviously, we'll focus on this game and roll from there. So again, in that first half, bit of a stalemate. Strategies and tactics of both teams neutralized by the other, except for a long ball set up in the 4th minute by Meredith Lehman, the sophomore defender, that found Ava Holsworth, number 11, the junior forward and captain for the Raiders. She did the work, took the ball with a nice run with the ball at her feet down the right side, finished from the far post, near posterior screen. Raiders 1, Golden Eagles 0, and the Golden Eagles start off with a run down the right side off of the kickoff. Sturkle tries to measure it. She does, but gives up a corner. So the pressure continues from the Aberdeen side. Nice run down the right side there. I believe that was number 12. But over the ball now for the corner with the right foot will be number 31, junior Brianna Fisher. There will be one Golden Eagle over Tucker. She's pushing Tucker. That ball tries to go direct in. It's not there. Making things a bit tough for Tucker was the taller junior defender for the Golden Eagles, number 2, Megan Brakefield. And that was a good little battle back there for position, but the ball went out of bounds. That one will go from Shad off of Golden Eagle. I believe that's Stillman. Yes, number 1. Kiana Stillman, who's had a really good first half. Benson now playing in the back. We'll get that ball up. Golden Eagles cut a shot, but the angle cut off nicely by Shad. Sturkle got beat with the initial touch, but supporting defense of Shad was right there and just took away the touch from, and any angle from the Golden Eagle. Had to put the ball on frame, and it was an easy save for Tucker. It looks like number 4 for the Raiders, sophomore defender Meredith Lehman, has a pretty heavy wrap on her right leg. Let's hope she's okay. Keep an eye on that. This ball not played out. Good job by Benson. Senior played up front earlier in the game, now is in the back. And that's a push from behind. There's a call. That'll be a free kick for the Raiders. And again, as immediately as any Raider playmaker gets a touch on the ball, there's pressure. And that time, pressure came in the foul. And here's a ball that almost threw, but stays on it. Barrett, see if she can cut back. She can't. She'll flick it on to Holsworth. Holsworth in the middle. Holsworth making things messy, but no Raider support. Now Reagan comes up. Little poke check, but not enough, as number 8, junior defender Paige Ewalt calmly takes it out and will have a nice little run up the side before her pass in the middle goes to Amora Reagan. Good job there by number 22, Keller, or that ball would have went through. There's another Raider down and another call. That's Vienna Reagan on the ground. Lehman will set the ball for a free kick, so she'll restart quick to Turek. Turek will turn and look. She'll go out wide to Benson. Benson now with some speed. Benson just pushed out of bound there by number 3. Couldn't get her any steam going. Selfrank did a nice job of poking that out. Tries to go to Dorman. Selfrank just pokes it out again. Golden Eagles content to defend throw-ins and not Raiders on the move here as that one goes in and cleared out of bounds by number 13, Kaylee Kiso. Benson. Look to go to Baird. Does. Baird. And knocked out of bounds again by the Golden Eagles. And this is the 4th, maybe, throw-in. As Benson looks, finds Dorman. Dorman with pressure from the back. Dorman turns. Dorman stays turned. Big. And we're going to have a corner. A lot of bumping. And Dorman, after getting taken down, held her ground there. And the ball goes off of the Golden Eagles. And we're going to have a wiggle. No, we're going to say the ball was not set. Dorman tried to go short to Reagan. And the ball apparently wasn't set. Now it is. See if Dorman, too hard of a touch. He was going to come back for a shot, but that second touch was just too hard, and it was away from the goal instead of a little bit more at the goal, as Aberdeen wasn't pressuring that first pass as some teams do, and that unfortunate because Dorman had some space there. If he could have put a left-footed shot on frame, but just a little hard on the touch, and I'm sure Vienna Reagan would love to have that one back, as that was the first corner for the Raiders. Brakefield up the line, dispossessed, good job there. Dorman looking for Holsworth, and Keller just seeing where Holsworth is and cutting off the angle. There's a quick restart to Baird. Baird will keep this one in. Good throw by Dorman. Baird puts one in, almost finds the feet of Holsworth. Kicked out nicely by number 8, Ewalt. And Ewalt just screams to clear the ball, and they do. Or I shouldn't say screams, verbally directs her teammates to clear it, get it out of there as is in the middle of the box, and they did. And that's a handball. No call. Yes, it is going to be a call. Player knew right away. Quick start by the Eagles, and we're going to have a yellow card maybe because that player was encroaching on it. And yes, number 1, Kiana Stillman will have to be sent off here, as on the restart, which was legal, obstructed. And in the 46th minute, first card given. It's been pretty clean and just physical. And we'll have our first booking. Now, this could be a little dangerous as Dorman doesn't have a lot of players in the box. Let's see if she tries to go direct. A back line of 4 for the Eagles. She curls the ball in, trying to go to Holsworth. It gets to Holsworth. Holsworth taken down in the box, no call. Or goes down in the box. I don't know if she was taken down. I just saw her down. I'll retract that. Goes down in the box. Out of bounds off of Aberdeen as Baird got to it and touched it off an Aberdeen player. Baird, ball at her feet. Just can't get the right balance there. Just seems like all her touches today, the ball's just kind of floated on her and just hard to get a touch there. They might call that one on Schad, who was the backline defender. Not necessarily beaten by Fisher, but Schad knew her momentum wasn't going to allow her to recover. And the experience of the senior, number 24, Lily Schad, knew she just had to stand her ground and take that one for the team. And that free kick goes out of bounds off of the Raiders. Good long throw by Kufeld. That was impressive, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll be the Golden Eagles' third corner here as Nelson looks to take it, and then she leaves it for number 3, I believe. Senior midfielder Addison Selfrank is over the ball with the right foot. Again, you'll have the tall number 2, Megan Brakefield, covering up the goalie, and that one's in off of the Raiders, and we're going to have a call. And I don't know what it is. Oh, maybe the corner kick was taken before the substituting player came in and got established, as Stillman comes back in after her booking, and then the player went too soon before the keeper acknowledged that substitution. Far post, Aberdeen's there. They go up. That was number 12, I believe. Number 12, Lucy Fritz, that got her head on that ball. Didn't seem to be marked. Back post, there was a lot of congestion in the middle. Couldn't tell if Tucker was screened. But at any rate, ball gets cleared long enough, and then Raiders will lose possession on a foul right back. This one's sent in, and again, too quick. So no stoppages here, but a lot of time early in this second half used to administer free kicks. So just assuming he didn't feel people were ready, but you see so often in the game at all levels quick restarts. And I didn't see a substitute. That ball gets through. That ball nearly misplayed. Now Benson will recover, and she'll get support from Dorman, and that ball will go out of bounds. Good job by those two experienced players. Aberdeen player puts it out of bounds. Goal kick for the Raiders. Raiders play it out of the back. Shot. Good ball up. Just couldn't find Baird. Baird will give chase and put a little pressure on Brakefield, but it goes out of bounds. Throw for the Eagles. Good clearance there by senior Lily Schad. And shout out to Lily's family in Carrabassett Valley, Maine. Her mom, Courtney, and her brother, Grant, joining us to follow Lily and the Raiders in this playoff action. So hope all is well out there, Courtney and Grant. Hope Grant is doing well with his slope-style skiing. Good luck, and thanks for joining us today. This one played out. Raiders looking to find some offensive continuity here. And this one's going to be off of Amore Reagan for another set piece for the Golden Eagles. And this will be left foot. Drove in. It's there. Header up, but out. But here comes, stays on it, goes off of Sturkle, stayed in, played out. No, stayed in, and now out. And they're going to say goal kick. Selfrake doesn't agree, but all officials say goal kick. And as we get closer to the final whistle, we're starting to hear our fans on this nice day that's been relatively calm and quiet, just cheering for your team. The intensity and pressure of the moment starts to come up, and this little ball goes over to Holsworth. Holsworth, though, just too far. And Beck does a great job coming off her line and sending that one into the middle of the mondo on the track. And Benson will come back and throw it into Dorman. Raiders just need to get some continuity here on offense. Dorman tried I think Dorman felt Stillman was going to keep defending her and was just going to try to chip it off of her. And her chip went out of bounds because Stillman stopped. And gave Dorman the end line to cross it, just wasn't going to give her the dribble. And Baird off a reset, a shot, hard, down low, bobbled a little bit by Beck, but handled it. Was right at her, and she was down in a shortstop's crouch. And even though it bobbled a little bit, she was right there and swallowed that one up nicely. Good job by Beck being aware, but another good job by Baird to make something out of nothing. And now a good little move on the outside. Lane was beaten. Now player will go down. Shad with a nice tackle, yet no call. The Aberdeen player went down. Now it's getting more physical. Boy, just in the last 30-second flurry, you can just feel the intensity, and the Golden Eagles showing that they're a more physical team right now. Kind of knocking the Raiders off a few balls there, and there's a Golden Eagle down, and I think we're going to have a stoppage. That's number 11, Donut, senior midfielder and captain, Kaylee Donut for the Eagles, who was down and will be back up here. Long throw, knocked out by Reagan. Lehman will try to make it a goal kick. No, they're going to say the ball was over in another corner. That's number 5 for the Golden Eagles. And it looks like Self-Rank and her left foot will be over the ball again. It is. And now there's going to be a substitution. So Yoakum and Nelson will come in. It looks like, is that Kufeld who's going back over the ball now? Yep, that's 28 Kufeld who's sent in some nice balls. Right foot, it'll swing out. Again, Brakefield on the goalie. This one goes low and hard, out around nobody. There was a Golden Eagle on the back line. If that ball would have found her, that would have been a good shot, but it was behind her, and that was number 6, Emma Yoakum. And the Raiders, oh, there's a little do-si-do foul there by Baird. They got hooked arms with Stillman, and Baird's momentum just kept her going, and that was an easy call for the official. Yoakum. Or no, this is Ewald who's going to put this ball in. Ewald goes low and hard. Coming out for it is Stillman. Stillman trying to get a right foot on it. She gets the ball in, but Sturkle slams this one out to Holsworth. Holsworth, 1v1. Let's see what Holsworth can do. Holsworth's just going to use speed to get around the defender. Gets the ball back on her foot. Holsworth, turn, shot, turn. Holsworth, goal! Goal, Raiders! On an incredible run down the left side by Ava Holsworth. $15 gone in this half. So in the 55th minute, a goal to put the Raiders up 2-0 over the Golden Eagles. And that try right back down the field by the Eagles goes out of bounds. Goal kick. And as we just were talking about offensive continuity, sometimes counterattacks are just as good. And the Raiders' clearance out of the back, Holsworth gets to it because the Aberdeen has been applying that much pressure, had so many players high that that put senior defender Addison Keller in just a tough spot against Holsworth. And Holsworth, not only there was so good with the ball at her feet and so fast, but once she got near the goal, she used her body, control, waited for the goalie to commit, and just slipped it inside. And then we're going to have another call here, a little harder foul. That looks like Reagan goes down again. Yeah, that's Vienna Reagan, who's picked herself off the pitch quite a few times, but she's tough. She's used to playing at this level. And she gets right back up after that fall. Nice little give and go try with Benson and Dorman, but broken up there nicely by the length and quickness of number 15, Kenley Stuckey. So we'll go out of bounds. Lehman got the last, Holsworth got that touch off of Aberdeen. Holsworth take the throw. She'll drive it towards Vienna Reagan. Vienna Reagan with the ball at her feet gets it right back off to Holsworth. Hard touch. She stays on the ball. She goes opposite field. No support over there, but she looked for that gap. She saw green and goes wide. Will give up the throw to the Golden Eagles. Now the Raiders press high with Turek and Lehman coming up high, and the back line Schad playing free safety back there. And you have Benson, Amora Reagan, and Sturkle that kind of went three across. New look for the Raiders as they push the other 6 players up and put pressure as Baird applies that pressure. And now there's Benson. Benson, good little back turn, but her speed helps her recover. Knocks it away. Dorman gives chase, but number 30 does nice work there. That's Lily Nelson to get that ball up for the Golden Eagles before they turn it over. And Amora Reagan gets it back to Dorman. Dorman will turn. She has Baird wide. Let's see if Baird tries to go wide the other side. Raiders had some time there. I think they're just used to being pressured where Baird went wide. She had some time to maybe go other choices, but who knows what they talked about at halftime. In terms of if you get the ball in the middle, put it out wide, spread the defense, make them work. That could have been definitely a strategy because we've seen the Raiders throw the ball out wide now a couple times in this half. Good work on the ball there by, I believe that's number 6 for the Golden Eagles, Yoakum. Ball played out nicely by the assertive junior defender and one of the captains, Paige Ewalt. Between her and Keller, they've done a nice job in the back. Dorman, little ball up. It's going to stay in. Baird, is she going to run it down? It's going to stay in if she gives it a chance. Hits the corner. Baird had her momentum going the opposite way. That was a perfectly laid ball by right there. And the ball hit the corner flag and off of Aberdeen, and it's going to be a corner for the Raiders. So Dorman will come up and take this one. Baird will shield the goalie here. Reagan will be short. Let's see if this one they can get. Now that's a better touch. See if we can get a shot by Dorman. She's going to put the ball in, but you saw the black pebbles from the pitch come up. That's an offside ball. That's easy call there. But you saw the pebbles come up off the pitch. Dorman just got her, kind of wedged it a little bit on that one. Not what they wanted. And then the return ball, looked like 3 Raiders were offside there. At any rate, center official Keith Smith makes the right call, and we're back in play. Holsworth, good job there. Lets the ball go. Vienna Reagan does a nice job of follow-up. She has a cutback pass. The ball's in the middle, gets away from the keeper, and then she swallows it. Baird was giving them some challenges there. 2 Golden Eagles defenders tried to pin it, but Baird got in there, and Beck stayed with it. Good concentration for her on the ball, and eventually pinned it and got it. And now on the counter, good run there by Kufeld. Benson will go and defend. Benson picks her pocket, knocked out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Raiders. Benson just calmly recovered and then just picked Kufeld's pocket. And now here comes another line change for the Golden Eagles. Again, Coach Askey trying to keep the pressure on, keep fresh legs out there, has really done a nice job of teaching and showing his team that if they're disciplined and stay to their goal and their role, that they're going to hang with this team. And all the forechecking, all the pressure, all the tight marking has kept them in this one. Raiders not able to get any offensive build-ups and continuity, but they are good enough to counter, and especially in really, really crucial situations like there, and the play goes down, and it's going to be, are we going to have a penal? Nope, they're going to say it's outside the box, which is the right call. Holsworth, surrounded by 3 players, draws the foul. And her experience, she knows in that situation, we're gonna have a stoppage, and they're gonna make sure it wasn't in the box. I thought it was outside the box. Ava's momentum carried her into the box. And was the challenge from behind? I don't think it was. I think it was, maybe it was. It looked like a foot got in there, a leg. There was 3 Aberdeen defenders around Ava there. And it's going to stay after the conversation. Let's see if he's going to move. No, he's not going to move the ball, but he is going to move the wall back, as they were right up against the ball, knowing that on the football field it's pretty easy to see where lines are. So a 4-player wall. Beck will jump up here to her right side. Dorman will look to go direct. Dorman, shot high. Didn't like that one. You can see the captain, Avery Dorman, as she walks away with her head down. She knew that wasn't her best effort, and she wanted to strike the ball better than that. 18 to go in this one. Raiders 2, Golden Eagles 0. Sturkle will play it all the way back to Tucker. Tucker, play it over to Benson. Benson will get pressure right away by Selfrink, but she'll get the ball up to Dorman. Dorman's dispossessed. Raiders in a little bit of a scrum. Here comes a shot. No. Blocking. No, it is going to be a shot. And a good save there, but a rebound. No offsides. Rebound came, no offsides. And the save is there. We had a similar situation in the boys' game where the goalie blocked the shot and the first touch was a Raider, and they called it offsides. But from the NFHS Learn course that's free about the offsides call in soccer, one of the exceptions, if a defensive player intentionally plays the ball, the offsides player is no longer offside. So that was the case there as well. As Holsworth gives chase, and they're going to call a goal kick. Holsworth let it go thinking it was going to be a corner, but goal kick given. And Paige, that looked like Paige Ewalt, number 8. Is that who you guys had with that shot for Aberdeen, number 8? Ewalt looked like she struck that ball and made Tucker go down low to her left, far side of your screen, for a great save. Rebound handled. Reagan, a little pushover. Baird, let's see if she can get it in. She can. Oh, it just gets, oh no, Beck. What a save by Beck. Beck got enough on it to just change direction on Ava Holsworth, and it either bounced right over Ava's foot or it just was behind her or went through her wickets. It just looked like all Ava had to do was get a foot on it, and it would be directed into goal. Just any touch towards goal, and I think that would have been in. But credit Baird for a great run and a great pass, but you got to give the junior goalkeeper for the Golden Eagles a lot of credit there. She did enough, even if it was just distraction drill, getting her body in the way, did enough to not allow Holsworth to get on the end of that or get a toe on it. And another great chance by the Raiders. Good to see the pressure there, and a stoppage due to another Aberdeen player, gingerly, and I think that's number 22, Addison Keller, the senior defender, who's just had a whale of a game and been all over. And if nothing else, she's just got to be exhausted. Yep, that's number 22. Just been such a courageous, gritty, hard-working, fun player to watch out there with tough assignment marking Holsworth when she's in the middle. So we'll probably have the drop ball situation because I believe Aberdeen had the ball. So they'll drop it, and the player that on the ball, that looks like Selfrank, will have to play it too. Nope, that's a free drop ball where there was a challenge there by the Raiders. And out of it comes the Golden Eagles, and it could have, that's number 4, Jaxie Lazinski, and that could have been actually the player who struck that shot on frame against Tucker. This ball gets sent in. Kufeld finds it, and now sent in. The ball's there at the ground of the feet. Nope. Tucker goes down for it, and she'll save it. So Jaxie Lazinski comes in and has had, for this little flurry, he's had 2 impact plays there. That was a good cross by her. And I believe now that was her, not Ewalt, that struck that ball, that save earlier. Golden Eagles right back on it, a little give and go. Raiders are there this time. More Raiders recover. Ball goes back in the middle. Dorman tries to clear it with her left foot, and it's going to result in a corner because it took a weird spin and bounced out of bounds off the end line. So Dorman just wanted to direct it out towards the Raider bench, and it finds the corner, and over it is the dangerous junior forward, number 31, Brianna Fisher for the Golden Eagles. This one will swing out with her right foot. Drives a good one. It's in the middle. Buddy's there. Tucker comes up with the save. Aberdeen had a chance. He had a good look at it, and Tucker was right there. Player unmarked again, it seemed that player was unmarked, but a lot going on. Holsworth, a little move. Holsworth. Nope, that ball was out. No shot. That ball was out. Holsworth wanted it to count, but it was a good call. That is a great job there by this AR, Paul Stevens. A lot of times officials aren't always agreed with, but that one's right in front of us, and he was right on the spot, and as soon as the entire ball crossed the line right before Holsworth put a foot on it, he had the flag in the air vigorously, and that's a great call and a great mechanics in a playoff game as well. With it's all or nothing. Survive in advance, lose and your season's over. So shout out to the officials there for that work. Good move there again by number 31 Fisher, but a host of Raiders converge on her and for the meantime stop that attack. Schad will have this one back. Tucker's just going to come out and grab it. 2 Eagles ran on. I believe that's number 12 and number 28. Yes, that was number 12 senior Lucy Fritz and number 28 sophomore Espen Kufeld. Keller sends that one out of bounds. .68 gone. Just over 12 minutes to go. Stillman will go down, and it'll be a free kick. Called the foul on Dorman. Free kick. 12 minutes to go. Raiders 2, Golden Eagles 0. Girls Class AA quarterfinal, and just on the ball there with a nice through ball was Fisher, but I believe that came out and went out of bounds. I didn't see a flag up, but the ball was heading out of bounds, and Tucker will just play it short. Sturkle with the hard touch. She's challenged. Lehman's challenged. Aberdeen keeps it in and a cross, but Schad just kicks it out. Another corner for the Golden Eagles. That's 7 for them, 2 for the Raiders. Nope. They're going to change and say goal kick. I thought it went off of Schad, or they had a foul called, before that. It was out of bounds before Lily Schad kicked it. So thank you to the scorer and timer, Mr. Doug Solly and Mr. Seth Keene, for always helping us out. And that is going to be a goal kick. Good hard challenge there by the Raiders. Didn't know if that was going to be a foul or not. And now, again, as it's 10 minutes to go, we're really starting to hear some of the faithful from both teams voicing some of their respectful disagreement with some calls here. That Raider goes down, and what are we going to have, a call here? No, we're going to stay right here for, is that going to be a corner? Raider went down, but no, they're going to give the corner, and that is the dangerous Brianna Fisher over the ball. Number 2 will cover up. Brakefield will cover up. This one's driven hard, short, in the frame. Aberdeen runs on it. They get a shot. No one's there. Another push. No one's there. Another shot up high in the air. Through the uprights for the football, but not for football. It's over the crossbar. And Tucker and the Raiders evade another set piece. And good defense there, but better by Benson. Dorman just lifts the ball over Aberdeen, but it goes out of bounds. Dorman challenged there by number 13, Kaylee Kiesau, senior. Good touch there. Comes out. Sturkle came out of there assertive. Up top, though, great touch and a look by, looked to be Fritz in the middle. Good job there. Could have been very dangerous if that ball slipped through. Reagan to Dorman. Dorman with some space. Dorman with the through ball and onside. Let's see if Ava Holsworth can cap off a hat trick. Shot. No. Shot. Corner kick. Great save by the junior keeper, number 00, Ava Beck. Came out just enough to cut the angle. Holsworth's speed, she got good foot on it, just went right at Beck. And off the deflection, off an Aberdeen player, out of bounds. Dorman will be over the ball, be short again, and this time let's see if they can do their little 1-2. No, Reagan's taken down, and it's going to be either another corner or a free kick there. And this one's put in. Back to Lehman. Lehman wanted to put it back in the middle, and she just didn't square her shoulder. Her left arm was by her side and just wanted to get it back in quick to take advantage of the defense moving, but just didn't get the touch on it she wanted. And now Aberdeen doesn't have the touch they wanted, and they give the ball right back to Lehman, and Lehman gets it to Holsworth. Holsworth will turn, and get another corner. So just in a matter of minutes, the Raiders went from 2 corners to 4. It's my tally sheet, not official, is 7 corners for the Golden Eagles. This is the 4th for the Raiders. Dorman, ball will swing in. Baird right on the goalie. Got backed into the goal. Holsworth gets a little touch on it. Did everything she could just to slow that one down, try to redirect it. There's a little bump by Turek. Good defense by both teams, and then a tackle, but Turek stays up. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be a Raider throw. Good job there by the sophomore defender, Nia Turek, to just hold her ground there. And she was fending off the very quality player, capable junior there for the Golden Eagles. Had a great day today, Brianna Fisher. So the intensity picking up, and so is the level of play of both teams. This one set in. Holsworth out the end of it, but Beck comes out and will get the mitts on it and calmly punt this one out. Nice high punt. It's going to fall at the feet of Kufeld, but the Raiders come out of there with it. I believe that's Kufeld. Yeah, unlucky for her. Her foot kind of got caught on top of the ball. She trapped it so cleanly, but then the ball rolled and her leg extended, and it was an easy poke and steal for the Raiders because she just, that's so hard to keep your balance. Good run here. That's Fritz. Fritz keeps on it. Tucker comes out, challenges. There's bodies flying, but Tucker will make the save, and she is going to get up. Senior Nora Tucker showing some courage there for her team, coming out and making that stop. Baird with a nice turn to Reagan. Reagan with space, but knocked out of there. Good job by the Golden Eagle defense. Dorman comes right back, but she's picked from behind by Stillman. Stillman having a great game. Good player. Sent in by the Eagles deep. Sterkel watches this one go out of bounds. Goal kick Raiders. 5 and change to go in this one. You're following Raider girls playoff soccer action, subscription free on GoRaidersLive.com, liveticket.tv. Raiders 2, Golden Eagles 0, 5 minutes to go. Reagan, Amora Reagan, nice pass to Vienna Reagan. Good job here by the Raiders, doing a little better job of possession. Lehman, a little give ball back to Turek. Turek stays on it. Good 50-50 ball there. She'll come out of it, and she'll keep working the ball, and she'll try to go middle. She had Baird going wide. And Turek again will stay on the ball, and she'll win it again. And this one goes right to Baird. Baird now plays middle. Reagan tries to pop it over to Holsworth. She does. Holsworth now. Square to the goal. Shot high. Over the top. The flag was down. Ava with her head in her hands wants that one back as she's looking for the hat trick and definitely the equalizer. And now we have a card on the bench. It looks like the Golden Eagle bench is going to get booked here. In the 76th minute, center Keith Smith shows the yellow to the Eagle bench. Benson with a good little poke, keeping the ball on this side. 4 minutes to go. Raiders want to apply pressure now and just keep the ball out of their half. Baird working. And now that time, that's going to be a call against the Golden Eagles, and this is going to be a dangerous chance here for the Raiders senior captain, number 7, Avery Dorman. As she'll set the ball. The ball already knows it's going to have to go back. Center will move him back. 2-player wall. Right now, Beck is guarding the near post. There's one Aberdeen player back, but no Raiders making a run towards it. And it must be an indirect because this one gets played into Dorman, but good job of the back line for the Golden Eagles just to shield Baird and Holsworth from even having an attempt to make a move towards that service. And as Dorman looked back post, there just was no support there. Good job by the Aberdeen defense. Good combination passing there with Benson and Amora Reagan. But Stillman will come up with it. She's marked by Dorman. Dorman with the poke. Benson with the poke, and that'll go out of bounds, and it's going to be Aberdeen throw. 2:45 to go here. Raiders 2, Golden Eagles 0. This is a long throw into space. Reagan tries to cut it off. Good job of recovery there. This ball tries to get sent. Lehman hits it. It's hits off Turek. Goes towards Aberdeen, and Fisher, though, dispossessed, and Vienna Reagan just tries to clear it, goes to half line, and Keller will be there to send it back in. Reset for the Eagles. Let's see if they get a shot here. They had a little space, and Amora Reagan does a nice job of stepping up and just clearing it. But no, we're going to have a foul, and this might be no card, but it looks like Turek is going to earn that foul, and this is going to be number 8 for the Golden Eagles, Paige Ewald. So with under 2 to go, the Golden Eagles have a dangerous set piece chance here. Raiders will have a 4-person wall. The Golden Eagles trying to break in that wall to create a little opening. Tucker goes far post, goes over the top. Good strike by Ewald, but it was just a little high. Will be a goal kick. .120 to go. Raiders holding on to a 2-0 lead and a clean sheet for senior keeper and captain Nora Tucker, who's had to make some brilliant saves today to keep the clean sheet for the Raiders and keep the lead. been a well-contested match. Two quality teams, well-coached. The tactics of Coach Askey and the Golden Eagles have been spot on how to just try to slow down this fast-paced, high-scoring Raiders team. And with 45 to go, Raiders feeling better about their advancement to the next round. O'Gorman is up on Sioux Falls Roosevelt with less than a minute, 3-0. So it looks as if the semifinal, number 4, O'Gorman will be in it. And with 20 ticks on the clock, the Raiders look to be in good shape. The Raiders lead this series against Aberdeen. This is since 2021, 4 games to none. In 21, the Raiders won 3-1. In August of 24, 3-2. In October, 1-0. And earlier this year, 4-0. So after today, the Raiders lead this series 5-0 as we have 10, 11, 25 here, a score of 2-0. So the final whistle has been blown on this quarterfinal, and in our game recap, the Golden Eagles will move to and finish their season 9-5-2. The Raiders improve to 15-0-1, and the Raiders will be back here on the pitch on 10-14 semifinal versus O'Gorman. That time will be 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And that game will be right here on GoRaidersLive.com. So the Raiders will move on to the semi in their quest to reach the final, which will be held right here at Sioux Park Stadium in Rapid City on Saturday, October 18th. Congratulations to the Golden Eagles on a great season, and best wishes to the Raiders as they advance to the semifinals. Thank you for following Raiders Athletics subscription-free on GoRaidersLive.com, LiveTicket.tv. One more time, the scoring for the Raiders. In the 5th minute, Ava Holsworth off an assist from Meredith Lehman put the Raiders up 1-0. And in the 55th minute, Ava Holsworth with a brilliant run down the left side and then a good quality finish to cap the scoring for the Raiders and the victory 2-0. That's all for us. Thanks again to SSN, Stevens Sports Network students. Today I had Delaney with me who did a great job. We'll be back here on Tuesday. We'll see you next time.